Welcome to the championship version of the Overtime Sports Show, the most interactive sports show online. I'm AV. He is the disappointed G-Man.
Golly, man. I was like, do we have to do the show today, man? God,
I
dog.
know. I know. I thought, listen, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought, first of all, good evening to you. I thought we were gonna come on today and be talking about Game 7. As everybody knows, Atlanta Braves are the 2021 World Series champions, defeating us yesterday 7-0, man.
Ass whooping.
Second shutout in the World Series.
You know what? Our bats just didn't wake up, man. I mean, Atlanta. Obviously, I think everybody who knows baseball knows that the Astros have one of the best offenses in the whole league. I mean, if you play the Atlanta Braves maybe 20 times, we win at least more than half of them for sure.
Right.
But they were just a better team this series, just like with the Washington Nationals. You know, we were way better than the Nationals, but they were just hot at the right time.
Yep.
And they got us, man. So I mean,
that's what it was,
Atlanta, man. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna be like Matt Leinart did when USC lost to Texas. We're still the better team. We just lost tonight. You know what I mean?
Lost tonight, yeah.
Lost tonight. We're still the better team. And I think the Astros are the better team. But I'm not a sore loser. I think we'll be back again next year. And I'm disappointed, but we got to move on.
Appreciate everybody chiming in. Pablo, Ryan, appreciate you guys as always. It's an interactive sports show, so your comments are valuable. Like, share, comment about every topic we're going to talk about today. We got a little Deshaun Watson. We've got, of course, the NFL trades that took place. We're going to talk about, as we said, continue our conversations with the Astros. We got some NBA news that's sponsored and powered by Hennessy. We're going to get in that today. Also, we're going to talk a little PVU. It's homecoming time. And speaking of, I want to bring in, what's up, King Tatum? I want to bring in the athletic director from Prairie A&M as they get ready for homecoming this weekend. As Dr. Donald Reed, Dr. Don Reed is going to join us and get in on this conversation about the Astros with us. And Mr. Reed, appreciate you joining us. And congratulations from the Hill. I know you guys are undefeated and rolling on this homecoming weekend.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm really excited to talk about all the topics, especially Prairie A&M athletics and its football program. We're very excited to be where we are. Our teams are working really hard academically and athletically, and it's the final stretch, if you will.
Yeah.
We're in close to the end of time of the fall season with our soccer program, which won the regular season conference championship. They're the number one seed at the tournament that we're hosting. So we're going to have homecoming going on. We're going to have soccer SWAC championships. All the SWAC teams are here, the top 8. That starts tomorrow morning. So if anybody wants to come watch some great soccer, our women's team will be leading off at 11 a.m. to go get that first victory on the way to getting that championship. Yeah. You got to start winning 1 in a row before you can win 3 in a row. So,
Dr. Reed, did you have to mention championship? Golly. Man.
Hey, how did you feel last night, Dr. Reed, watching
that? Man, as a lifelong Astros fan, grandfather taking me to games at the old Dome, it hurt because we know that they were a better ball club than what they showed during the series. And that's difficult to swallow. I know Dusty, remember him as a player with the Dodgers and the Braves. I'm sure he was very disappointed because we knew he had a great opportunity and we just didn't capitalize. But still proud of my hometown team, always will be. And hopefully we can keep the ball rolling and get the essential pieces together to go make another run.
Now, I know the producers have put up a picture earlier about, is it the end of an era? I don't want to think that. I know Bregman is signed. I know Altuve is signed. Gurriel has an $8 million, I think, club option.
Yeah.
Presley has an option too, so he'll be there. The only one that's kind of like up in the air is Carlos Correa, man. I don't know.
Well, you got to think about it too. When you look at the Astros free agents this year, as you said, Carlos Correa is a free agent. Verlander as a free agent. Greinke is not coming back. No. Graveman and Garcia, who we got in the trade at the trade deadline, they're both so they were rentals for us, pitchers. And then people forget about Brooks Raley. He's also a free agent with the team. So The question is asked: is it the end of an era? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I think they can work out a deal. Hopefully, Dr. Reed with Correa to bring him back. But if not, with the way free agency works, I think we're able to get some good players to continue because we got the base in order with the Astros. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'd like to see Correa come back. I mean, if they put together a package, I would think he would want to stay, but some of those big money people like to roll the cash register out and try to outbid people just because they can. So you would hope that, he'll think very deeply about it and decide to stay with us.
Yeah. Now, you talked about your grandfather. He played an integral role in the Negro League. Talk a little bit about that and let everybody know who your grandfather was in the Negro League.
Leo Rushing. He, my mom's father, and played in the Negro Leagues at the outset, bounced around a little bit, and then marriage and daughters showed up. So he gave up a little before his time. But he was a person that really taught me a lot in the center field bleachers of the Astrodome, just talking about life and there's a lot of time between innings to get some nuggets of wisdom, and he would do that for me. And a lot of things that I do today, I think about him telling me, about perseverance and working hard and appreciating your opportunities, all those different things that I use on a daily basis and share with our student athletes about persistence and representing yourself just as the people that came before you, and really honor them by doing your best to acknowledge their efforts and the hard work that they did to afford you with this opportunity. So I think quite a bit about him, especially around the Astros, because he never got to see him win. I remember when they lost to the Phillies, and I think it was 80.
Don't bring that
when
back.
We had a chance. We lost to the Mets that time. It was like, man, is this going to ever happen? So, and the first time I made the World Series, I literally cried because I was like, my grandfather was really waiting to see that with the White Sox, and we couldn't get that one either.
Get nothing. Got swept.
I'm the same way, Dr. Reed. My dad took me when I was a kid, them $1 seats in the outfield.
Right. Yeah.
You couldn't beat that deal. $1 seats. You get a double header for $1. I mean, It was great when they used to give you them bats for them real. You can't do that no more. They used to give them real bats.
Oh, you know what, sir? I wish I would have remembered this, but they gave us one of those little bitty bats, the miniature bats with the old Astro logo.
Yep.
I still have it. It's actually in my closet at my house.
Wow.
I kept that bat, and my wife thinks I'm nuts. She's like, "What's this bat's like all worn out? What is it?" I said, "This is my thing."
I wish I would have kept mine, and I wish I would have kept the actual full size bats they used to give away.
I kept
wait till after the game. You get your bat after the game, you walk out with it. But
you know how that is. You know how that is at that time. You're not thinking about keeping a lot of that stuff, but a lot of it today is valuable. Like you said, you got to see people like J.R. Richards, Cesar Cedeno, Jose Cruz, some of the legends that played with the Astros earlier.
Enos Cabell.
Seeing all these guys who were really superstars in our eyes growing up, and to see that as a little kid, I know that was amazing to you. But I'm excited also about what you're doing with Prairie View A&M. I know you guys got a big game, of course, coming up this weekend, homecoming. And as we spoke just off air, we talked about how you're almost on a collision course with Jackson State and Deion Sanders. But as you said, you got to take care of business this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We're focused. Team is finishing up practice in the rain. I just looked outside to see if they're still there. We're focused on what's in front of us. What's first on our plate is to take care of business. I think we're focused. We're excited to compete. We had a second bye week, which is sometimes concerning because you stop the engine, you recalibrate, then you go, and then you have to stop again, just how the schedule played out. So we were idle this past weekend. So we're coming back to competition. I think we're fresh, we're focused, and we understand that in order to get where we want to go, we got to take care of what's in front of us. That is something that I'm excited about. Our students our faculty, staff. We're all excited, homecoming, and that we have a lot of momentum with the things going on at the university. We're asking, we have plenty of tickets available. Come out, kickoffs at 2:00. We have events and things of that nature. We want you to come and visit us and come to the ball game and really cheer on the Panthers. I think we have something very special going on, not only with football, with all of our programs. Soccer is the regular season champion. They're competing tomorrow morning for a bid in the NCAA national tournament. And that's always the goal. When we have a chance to get to the big stage,
yes, sir.
We want to take that opportunity to go ahead and capitalize on it. So we're excited about it.
Man, awesome having you on, Dr. Reed. That's a great insight on TV, baby.
Yeah, we're going to listen. When the basketball season comes, TSU come around, Doc, we're going to be ready for y'all, but we won't get into that right now.
I'll give you a little snippet. We owe you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Because we couldn't get you that third round 3 caught us early and we couldn't recover.
Yeah.
I felt like DeAndre Wilder fighting a big man. I can't remember his name, the Gypsy King. He's like, I fought this guy 3 times.
Yeah.
And the third time he knocked me out.
He couldn't take it. Yeah, that third time around is difficult. This Friday, I'll be out at the Academy at the Fairfield Town Center, and we'll be getting everybody ready for homecoming at PVU. I'll be out there from 4 to 6 p.m. So you guys out in that area up 290 out in Cypress, come out and join me. We're going to have a great time out there talking a lot of PVU and having fun with the students and picking up on some great gear from Academy. We got another special guest that's going to join us today, G-Man. We got family on today, so we're going to talk a lot of sports today and jump into it. And we're excited that comedian Canice is with us today to talk some Hennessy NBA basketball and more football. Canice, what's up?
Man, what is up? What is up, man? G-Man, what up with you? We back.
Yeah, he's back. He said I'll be back on the show soon. I didn't think it would be that quick. He back.
Yeah.
Man. It was me and him wore orange on we wore orange on Monday, hoping.
Yeah.
And I threw out all my orange. I'm done with it. I don't even need oranges. It's over with. I was so embarrassed. We lost 9,000 to 0. What was the score again? And they ran it up. First 3 innings, I was like, it's over with. But we Houston fans. We were raised on never underestimate the heart of a champion. So we there to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no, it didn't work out right. It didn't work out right at all for us.
Now, Dr. Reed, I know you're a big fan like me, and so is AV. But I did not watch the Washington Nationals win the championship on our field. I actually turned the TV off. To this day, I have not seen it, and I have not watched the Atlanta Braves. I turned the TV off like in the 8th inning. I was waiting for my text to come through when it said "Good season, Astros." I knew it was over. I did not watch it. I will not watch the Game 7. I mean Game 6. I don't care for seeing somebody else having a part in our field.
I'm the same way. I started watching Maction. I was watching the Mid-American Conference Tuesday night football. So I was like,
Yeah, no, I put on the Colin Kaepernick story on Netflix, and I said, let me just watch
anything.
Yeah.
Anything else. Let me throw out a couple of topics at you guys, and I just want to get your first reaction. We know the trade deadline came up for the NFL. We traded Charles Omenihu to the 49ers. Really wasn't a shock for the team. We've been making adjustments to get younger, to bottom out with the Texans. But Deshaun Watson situation, Miami has been trying to get him, but because of the 20 sexual misconduct cases that are against him, nobody's making the move. What do you think is going to happen with this whole Deshaun Watson saga and him being traded? Of course, I'm thinking it's probably going to happen before the trade.
Yeah, and especially, Dr. You being in the front office type thing, how would you see that if you were a GM of a team trying to make a move?
I would probably delay. Even if Miami was interested, they probably wouldn't want to be that first person. It's almost like you're there looking at it play out and say, okay, I'm going to be cautiously optimistic that something positive comes out of the investigation. What if you really haven't heard anything? So if the NFL doesn't have any internal intel, it's a lot of uncertainty. And the brand sometimes overseas, or most times, is greater than whatever individual parts that might be a part of the brand. So they're thinking more from, okay, we don't want to be the first person out there, and then something comes out, and then we're the ones that's holding the bag. And also, he has an affinity towards Tua. That's obvious, because they're giving him a lot of opportunities, although he's oft injured. And, especially after that first injury he had at Alabama, he's never really recovered from it. He's a slight young man. He's not very durable because he's not a big guy. So he's not going to take a lot of punishment. But I think it's a combination of both of those things. And then the other GMs and presidents and owners, because from what I understand, the owner basically shut it down.
Shut it down. Yep.
He's a Michigan man, so I know he's probably conservative in his approach. He's owned the franchise for a long time, so he's very mindful of image and brand and what message it'll send if they were the first in line, and what the ripple effect would be. So I know everyone would like to do it, but I don't know that they're all in just yet. But I'm sure it will happen at some point.
Yeah, I think it'll happen before the draft. I know one thing that the owner said, that they wanted to bring him in and interview him, and before the trade, they wanted to get a chance to talk to him and kind of feel him out. But that couldn't happen. That didn't happen. So now we're waiting before. But Canice, come on, man. This saga has been going on and on.
Brother Reed, he kept it very PC. And also, he gave y'all what it may look like on the inside. I'm going to keep it real with you. From the outside looking in, I was like, oh, Florida ain't got enough massage therapists. That's what it seemed like. Florida ain't got enough massage therapists. Because he very hands-on. He like things. Deshaun like things very hands-on. And he wants to go to Miami. But if he going to Miami, you know what I'm saying, we got to make sure there's enough hired massage therapists that he can have in order for Deshaun to get his happy ending, if you know what I'm trying to say, right? So,
oh my God,
Canice gonna leave you out there by yourself.
Yeah, Canice.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just saying
surprised.
I got you though.
I'm surprised Canice ain't done a pop quiz on Deshaun Watson.
Hey, I need to pop quiz. Which lotion is slicker? Which lotion is best during the winter?
Especially with this cold front coming up.
Yeah, hey man. Deshaun trying to get out of here, man. Dang, man. Yeah. I miss him, man. He was great, man. But is it? I mean, I feel like it's everything. It's like he's still a great quarterback. He's just wherever he goes. We still got the Texans curse. Every time somebody leaves the Texans, they do well, or their team does well, or they win a championship.
Yeah, but do you think somebody's gonna take a chance on him, knowing what happened with John Gruden, what just happened with Henry Ruggs in Las Vegas? I mean, somebody, Dr. Reed is wild. Dr. Reed probably the person to tell us about this. I mean, with all that's going on in the league, I mean, like you said, image is everything right now for the Shield.
Yeah, I think it's a risk reward proposition. How much do you value that championship? And it's more so about those that might not have ever had one, or it's been so long that they've had one. There's some people that will say, you know what, we can defer. We have brand relevance.
Cowboys.
I can't begin to talk about them. They seem like they're going in the right direction. Then something derails their situation, and they have control over it. In this particular situation with the Texans, they have little or no control of it, other than the fact that we're not going to activate him and put him out there, because then there'll be more questions, a bigger distraction. It's better just to let it lie and let it play itself out for the end of the year, not to push the Texans under the bus. However, one would assume that they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not going to do that. So what other reason would you have to even go down that road? It's just going to become the story, as opposed to we're rebuilding. We want to do it the appropriate way, get draft picks, get ready for the top 5 of the draft and all of that, and just let it lie, because no one's really talking about it on a national scale other than, hey, he's up for trades. They don't even mention the Texans or anything.
Yeah.
So they're not getting a lot of negative press by it. They're just letting it play out, which that's some good PR and some good strategy. Just don't bother with it. Just keep making him inactive and just let it roll out.
Go ahead, Canice.
Brother Reed, I just, because we were talking about image and everything, I wanted to ask you about that, if it's okay. Like, because you brought the John Gruden thing, G-Man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the person who's been in a professional, you know, in the professional space for so long, like John Gruden, what would make him comfortable enough to send that through email for years? You know what I'm saying? Like, to be cutting that many. Like, is this something? Not saying that does this happen often, but how comfortable can you be and protected by the NFL or your team that you are sure that this wouldn't even get out? Because it took how many years to get out?
Several.
10 years, maybe?
Yeah, several.
So I'm just thinking about that. Like, that's so I just want, because when we talk about image, like, how comfortable does a person have to be a professional in this industry and be sending that through email? I don't get it.
Well, I think you have to go back to when he became famous or popular. If I'm correct, he started with Mike Holmgren, that group with Green Bay. I think he came to the forefront at that point. And, you know, being a play caller, that kind of thing. Then what really validated whatever he was doing prior to that, because I don't think this is a one-off thing or he just started doing it. It was a part of his standard operating procedure at the outset. And it wasn't necessarily addressed. It was just allowed to either just be in the space or it was allowable. That was the culture that was around it. So fast forward to he gets to be the head coach at Oakland. And you remember that situation. He had Al Davis was the owner. And, you know, he was the next whiz kid, if you will, the young guy.
The hot guy,
hot guy. And so he gets that job. And one would argue he wasn't prepared for that. Then he had a split with that group. Ended up at Tampa at one point. And he took over for Dungy. Dungy set the team up, and then he just the very next year
he won the Super Bowl with Dungy's team,
with Coach Dungy's team, and then from there he was now validated because he had a Lombardi Trophy. And once you have that validation, then that allows latitude. And once you get latitude, you just continue to expand it and expand it. And then you have this era of entitlement. And then it's alarming, but not surprising. I'll just put it that way.
Would you say that it would have never been uncovered if there was not been no investigation to the Washington football team, that those emails would have never, ever been?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they weren't looking for that. They just uncovered it.
They uncovered it, Which a lot of people don't know.
They were not looking specifically for that. They were looking for something else. And usually that's how it plays out, because you don't necessarily think that you would find it. You're looking for something else, and then you say, wait a second, whoa, what is this? And then you see the volume, how long it's been going on. It gets to the Washington Post, to the New York Times. And once that happens,
it's over.
And again,
especially in this climate.
Yes,
sir. In this day and time we live in. You like you said, you did that 10, 15 years ago. The good old boy system, it was acceptable. They let it slide. But in this climate, it was not going to be able to slide by, and they dealt with it. I want to jump to something else. We saw Jameis Winston went down for the Saints. You know, they were able to make a trade with us and get our running back. But do the Saints have a prayer without Winston?
I would say slim and none. And Slim is about to get on a horse and ride out of town.
You don't get him that nation no love. Y'all don't give him no love.
Well, I don't know who the next person is. They have was it Simeon? They have Simeon
or Hill.
Yeah.
Well, Hill is a hybrid. Yeah. I remember him from BYU. He can throw it, but he's a runner passer guy. Simeon is a more traditional guy. I think he's a gentleman from Northwestern, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He can play, but you don't know what you're going to get until you put him out there. And
I wasn't 100% comfortable with Winston saying, "Oh, he's gonna lead him to a championship." I mean,
he's got the skill.
Too much, you know.
But you don't necessarily know which James you're gonna get sometimes,
which is true.
That's true.
Which is true, because he can throw you into a win, and he can surely throw you out of a game. In the second half.
Still crab legs after that. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
I was very sad to see him go down like that. I mean, it's unfortunate because I know he worked hard with his conditioning. He looks, fit. He looks like he was really, really getting ready to get going. And then something like this happens. I'm very sad that he has to go through it. Got an ACL and an MCL, so that's a full reconstruction.
And that's the reason why they banned the horse collar tackles.
Yeah.
T.O. I remember that. Leg.
And then to think about it, we saw today with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is out now, has COVID, found out that he's unvaccinated. And so now, they play in Kansas City this week. And so here you got the situation with somebody unvaccinated. I mean, I know you can still get COVID with it, but the Packers, man, Canice.
10 days. He has to at least 10 days quarantine, at least. He's out till November 13th, at least, they said.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the protocol.
Yeah. Canice, come on, man.
Man, I'll put it this way, man. Like, Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, I don't even know what to say about it. God has loved him so much. And it's about time. God has chosen him as a favorite for so many years. It's time for him to sit down, even for a little. We need this. Every other team in the NFL needs it because I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers, and not just him on the field. I'm tired of the discount double check commercials.
Yes.
I'm tired of everything. I'm the State Farm. I'm sick of the guy, man. I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers. Sit him down, dog. He got the franchise by he got the franchise wrapped around his pinky. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, now they kind of like, hey, yo, we don't know about you. We trying to move on to, younger, the next stuff, everything like that. So, hey, man, this is just the way the world works. This is how the sports guys work. You sit out for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And you never know, man. Hopefully he has COVID, you know what I'm saying? Did he get vaccinated?
No, he's unvaccinated.
Did he never got vaccinated? Yeah. No. Oh, he never got vaccinated and he got COVID? No. Okay. I hope he's well. I hope he's healthy or not. But I need him. To stay out of these games and give everybody else a shot. That's the irony about it. Everybody else a shot. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers, man. He's been ruining my life. I've lost so much money betting against him. So,
well, listen, the Tennessee Titans were rolling, and then Henry got hurt, and now Adrian Peterson, Dr. Reed, has signed with Tennessee. Is this how effective can AD be at this age now, especially for a running back? Because the life of a running back in the NFL is usually about 4 or 5 years at the most. And Adrian Peterson is coming to Tennessee to replace Henry while he's out.
Well, he won't be Derrick Henry. He's got too many miles on him to be Derrick Henry, and he's not big enough. And I had forgotten that, to be quite honest, that he was still in the mix until I saw it the other day. I'm like, what? Not the Adrian Peterson from Oklahoma. This has to be a new one. It's like, no, it's the same one. I'm like, what? Okay. It'll be interesting. I will say this. I heard his workout regimen is unbelievable. Like, he's a 22-year-old. He's still training. So I expect him to be fit. But being fit and being football fit are two different things, because people are trying to hit you and break you down. So I'd be interested to see how he looks. If they activate him. I think they also brought in another running back. I can't remember who it was.
They brought in a senior league, really. I mean, it's a lot of senior citizens that they brought in. back. So I'm like, yeah, they want Henry to come on back. I think Henry will probably be out a month to 6 weeks. And Ryan asked who picked up Whitney Merciless. He's in Green Bay, but he was sleeping in Houston. So Whitney's sleeping in Green Bay as well. But I'm just, that's a whole nother subject. G-Man know how I am with Whitney. I like his community work, but I think his football career stopped about 3 years ago. Yeah. So, let him go to Green Bay and do what he's doing. Fellas, before we get out of here, we got to switch over. The Overtime Sports Show powered by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. We got to talk some NBA action. And one of the things that came across was that Ben Simmons, he says, he's been dealing with a little mental issues, but now he says he won't talk to the team doctors about his mental state. What's up with Ben Simmons, Canice? I mean,
First of all, I don't think we understand that this guy is a point guard who cannot shoot the basketball. And when I say cannot, not like he's not able to, this guy just doesn't do it. You got $100 and some odd $1 million contract and you don't shoot the basketball, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, as my point guard. To be honest with you, you definitely got mental issues. I'm glad. Yes, we need to sit you down, talk to a licensed professional. Matter of fact, they need to talk to Daryl Morey. Because ain't no way y'all gave him this much money, because his extension was it's like $35 million a year, right? I think that was the first thing that Daryl Moore did when he got there. I think he signed to the extension. My thing is, okay, Daryl Moore needs to also go see a licensed mental health therapist as well. Because this guy don't shoot. What are you doing with him? You know what I'm saying? And so now he's having a hissy fit or whatnot. And I like how he's saying, hey, yo, you know what? I need to get my mental health in shape. Y'all got to understand, this dude is from where? Australia, right? Mm-hmm. He's from Australia. He ain't like us. You tell, Brother Reed, I tell you, you can't shoot or you can't do this. You going to get out there and prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? G-Man, I tell you, hey, G-Man, I didn't know you had hair. You going to take off your hat. Yes, I got hair. You know what I'm saying? You going to see? That's how we are. But he from Australia. I don't know how they do out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they do out there, but they ball up. And so, if he needs time, if he needs a break, cool. But you gotta be stupid to be paying them.
I think that relationship is done with. Dr. Reed, I think that relationship is done with. I mean, I can't see him going on the court in Philadelphia and them embracing him like they did before. I mean, he's talked bad about the team. He's talked bad about the fans. The fans burned his jersey after last year. I mean, I just can't see how you get over that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to build trust or even have an opportunity to build trust anymore, because when you have your teammates that won't even speak your name, like the comments like, I don't want to talk about that guy. Not even putting his name out there. That's a sign that, you know what?
And again,
you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah.
This is Philadelphia, not Houston. This is Philadelphia. So
Philly. Hey, they threw batteries at Santa Claus. Yeah. Yep. Santa Claus is trying to give them presents. And I remember that as a kid, they threw stuff at Santa Claus. Go back and Google it. Yeah. You'll see the video.
Yeah.
Santa Claus came out. They were throwing batteries and rocks at Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Now, if you know a fan base would like boo and throw stuff at Santa Claus, what do you think they're going to do to one of those players? I'm surprised they haven't turned on our homeboy Jalen Hurts just yet.
Yeah. If he keep playing bad, it's coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I do think it is. I do think he earned the right to talk back. Because y'all remember at the end of the postseason for them, everybody blamed him out loud.
Yeah.
At press conference, specifically Doc Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like most head coaches don't do that. He crossed the line with that. For him to put it out there, basically placing the blame on him, openly talking down on him. That's kind of crossing. So I'm like, yo, if he don't want to show up to the to training camp, if he like, yo, I don't even want to play with this team. His agent is also mad at Doc Rivers, Rich Paul. Yeah. And that ain't for no reason. It's deserved, but when you get paid $35 million a year,
no excuses.
Hey man,
now,
man, that's the only problem.
Isn't he losing money every time he doesn't show up?
Oh yeah.
Those game day checks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in the regular season now.
40,000 a game, something like that.
Yeah.
But that's also the reason why he said he needs to take time off for so they won't take away his check as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I ain't mad at you. Get your money.
Yeah.
He learned that in LSU. He learned that in Louisiana.
I'm glad. I'm glad you said get your money. We just found out today an early investment by the late Kobe Bryant in the body armor has yielded a huge return for his family. He brought 10% stake in the company for $6 million in 2014, and now Bryant's estate is expected to earn at least $400 million from the sale.
Wow.
That's
wow.
10% stake in the company
right there, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
that was a major investment.
Mm-hmm.
$6 million for $400 million return. I'll take that all day and twice on Sunday.
Twice on Sunday. Dr. Reed, what are some measures in place, especially because I know as being the athletic director, that's put in places, especially in our HBCUs, to help our young men and women to understand about the importance of investing, especially their money if they make it to the next level. And I know a lot of times in college now they can use their namesake.
Yes, absolutely. With the student athletes, we put them in position to have symposiums and conversations about financial literacy, money management, especially now with the national NIL, name, image, and likeness, situation. We want to make sure that they understand what they can do, how to invest. If you are someone that has a skill or a trade that you want to apply during your collegiate years, we want to provide you with the opportunity and the education to do so. And I think it's critical to provide that financial literacy at the outset. So not waiting until junior, senior year, but freshman year, just basic things about, managing your money, managing your time, and preparing for the transition out of college. Because typically you have 48 to 50 months of a collegiate experience. Mm-hmm. So for every month that goes by is one less month for you to prepare for your transition into your professional career, whereas whether it's professional sports, music, entertainment, that's a profession. And it's common across all professions, certain things, being organized, being prepared, understand how to manage your finances, manage your schedule, be prompt and be prepared. All those things are critical. And we provide our student athletes with those opportunities by having speakers come in and talk about their journey and how they can incorporate some of the things that they hear into theirs, such that they'll be ready for leaving the hill and going forth and prospering, just like you all are doing, and just like I'm doing as well.
Yeah. Set up, and speaking of the hill, this weekend, it is homecoming. Once again, for those that's joining us, Dr. Reed is, of course, the athletic director at Prairie A&M PVU. And I know we got an exciting homecoming planned this weekend. Got a big game this Saturday at 2 p.m. Doc, set it up for us and give us all the details of what's going to take place.
All right. We're going to have a big-time football game at 2 p.m. versus Alabama State University. We're in first place in the SWAC West.
Undefeated.
And, yes, sir. And we're undefeated. We want to continue that streak, one game at a time. Prior to the game, we'll have entertainment. We have our band. The Marching Storm will be there doing their thing. Internationally renowned marching band, and they're big time. They're worth the drive up 290 for sure.
Yeah,
our team is as well, but they will entertain you before the game, during the game, and after the game. The fifth quarter, as we call it, they have zero quarter, which is before the game, and then the fifth quarter is always on and popping. If you know what I'm saying, it's legit. So we're looking forward to it. We have tickets. So you can go online at University Tickets on our PV website. You can go to pvamu.edu to get more information about University Bookstore. And we're excited. We're excited to go, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and I'll be out at the Academy at Fairfield Town Center this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. So come on out to the Fairfield Town Center at the Academy. We'll be getting you ready for Prairie View A&M's homecoming. So you guys come out this Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you know, Canice, I can tell you got a little excited about PVU.
Hey, man, look, man, PV has never done me wrong during homecoming. Let me tell you that right now. You go out there to the zoo, because that's what we used to call the zoo, of course, you know what I'm saying? So you go out there, and then there was always a party at the Baby Dome. If I'm not, they still do it, Dr. Reed.
Thursday, which is tomorrow, there's a student-only deal, so you have to be a student. And then there's an event on Friday. Then the parade. There's a parade Saturday morning. So folks, you come see the parade, and then after that,
and the band gonna be there too, right?
Yes, the band will be there at the parade. It starts at 9 in the morning.
Be popping.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna be there. I barely make the game. That tailgate used to be hard. So yeah. So
we got to get you to the stadium. We got no tailgate this year. So after the parade, we're gonna get you some food in you, and then you're gonna come in and be energized to make it happen in the Panther Stadium.
There we go. I'm with that. I'm gonna see you there, Dr. Reed, for real.
All right, I'll be there. I will be
like
there.
Sound like some trouble.
How can they get tickets to the game, Dr. Reed?
And go online to pvpanthers.com, tickets, and they can go there, or they can come to the box office on campus. We had a pretty good line this afternoon until it started raining. But hopefully it'll keep growing. Today's Wednesday, so typically, you know, we can sometimes be fashionably late. So we'll make sure that we'll get everything together. So if you want to walk up during the game, we'll be still selling until we run out of tickets.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Doc, me and G-Man want to come hang out in there. I know you got a suite, Doc. So we want to come hang out in Dr. Donna Reed's suite, hang out with him at the home.
Come through. I got you covered. Just hit me up. Let me know you're on your way. I can find you a spot for sure.
All right. I love it. Man, this has been wonderful. Dr. Reed and Canice, you guys, give us your information, how everybody can keep up with you. We'll start with you, Dr. Reed.
Shoot. I knew you're going to put me on the spot.
I can't remember
my Twitter handle. I think it's at Dr. Reed at PVAMU.
There it is.
Yeah, it's not hard to find.
Google it.
Just Google my name. It pops up everywhere.
Yeah, Canice.
On all social media platforms, Canice 100K. You can find me there. I also post the next time G-Man put me up there. You know what I'm saying? Gonna bring me back. I had fun during G and the Pimp. And also we got y'all know Tiny. It's called Tiny Desk, a concert for musicians. Or not. I'm doing one. I'm gonna be doing one out here. It's gonna be real small. It's gonna be for comedians. So it's gonna be like a Tiny Desk for comedians. So I got that coming in December. So please follow me on all social media platforms. TikTok, I'm gonna do the Black Pop quiz for y'all, but specifically Instagram, and just DM me and I can get y'all more information.
And you can find Dr. Reed at Dr. Reed PVAMU. All right, Dr. Reed PVAMU. You can get him on Instagram. Don't forget this Friday, join me out at the Academy Fairfield Town Center from 4 to 6 p.m. We're talking PVU. I'm wearing my TSU shirt, Doc. I'm telling you now. Don't y'all try to jump me now. I'm wearing my TSU.
That's okay.
We'll see you in basketball season.
In order for you to get into the suite, you know you're going to have to put on some purple and gold. You just can't walk in there with the TSU thing.
You'll Panther now.
Doc, I'm going to wear my Houston Texans stuff.
Okay, we'll make a compromise. We can go with that. I'm good. I'm good with that. We'll make it work.
Thank you. G-Man, let them know how they can keep up with your homie.
Hey, always that G-Man 979, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, G-Man Guerrero on Facebook, and I'm here, baby. Let's do it. Go Astros. Oh, shoot, next year.
Yeah, please don't say that. Next year, we back. Follow me at
Spring Ball.
Faith and Fame with AV. You can follow me. Hey, y'all, this has been the Overtime Sports Show powered by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. Get you some Hennessy. Enjoy yourself this evening and join us next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Canice, Dr. Reed, thank you guys. G-Man, AV, we out.
Appreciate you.